Hello, Shalom. Welcome to Genesis chapter 13. We'll recap. We're introduced to Abram and his genealogy. Uh, Abram is told to go into Canaan by Yah. Then there's a scarcity of food. Abram decides to go to Mizraim, Egypt, and he tells Sarai, his wife, that pretend to be my sister so that he lives. And Pharaoh finds out and says, "Take your wife and go." Okay. And Abram went up from Mizraim into the south, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him. And Abram was very rich in livestock, in silver and in gold. And he went on his journey from the south, and as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning between Bethel and Ai, to the place of the slaughter place which he had made there at first. And there Abram called on the name of Yahweh. Now Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, and the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together, for their possessions were great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was strife between the herdsmen of Abram's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. And at that time the Canaanites and the Perizzites dwelt in the land. And Abraham said to Lot, "Let there be no strife between you and me, and between my herdsmen and your herdsmen, for we are brothers. Is not all the land before you? Please separate from me. If you take the left, then I go to the right, or if you go to the right, I shall go left." And Lot lifted up his eyes and saw all the plain of the Jordan, that in it was well watered everywhere, before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of Yahweh in the land of Mizraim, as you go down to Sohar. So Lot chose for himself all the plain of the Jordan, and Lot moved east. Thus they separated from each other, Abram dwelling in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelling in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent as far as Sodom. But the men of Sodom were evil and sinned before Yahweh, exceedingly so. And after Lot had separated from him, Yahweh said to Abram, "Now lift up your eyes. Look from the place where you are, northward and southward, and eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, I shall give to you and your seed forever. And I shall make your seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man could count the dust of the earth, then your seed also could be counted. Arise, walk in the land, though its length and width, for I give it to you." So Abram moved his tent and went and dwelt by the terebinth tree of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built a slaughter place to Yahweh. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible and talk to the Father.